Madam Web is the latest Sony Spider-Man movie from first-time movie director S.J. Clarkson, starring Dakota Johnson and a plethora of other name actors, and now I'm gonna give my 2 cents like everyone else has been doing. I personally have around 21 different things that I look for in a movie. Number 1, direction. S.J. Clarkson has directed 2 episodes of Heroes, the first 2 episodes of Jessica Jones, and the first 2 episodes of The Defenders. I could see glimpses of what she may have intended for this movie. I think there was a bunch of studio interference like most other people think. 2, writing. This had a pretty interesting plot that kind of reminded me of Heroes, funny enough. I just think that they didn't effectively communicate what the plot was. I didn't understand what the stakes were, I didn't understand what her powers were, and to my understanding, this Madam Web is not like the comics. Number 3, acting. For me, the performances were hit or miss. Most of them were fine, some of them were atrocious, but none of them seemed to really fit in the movie very well. Number 4, score. The score's fine, it's relatively basic, but I listened to it on Spotify solo last night and it didn't really bug me. 8, rewatchability. Rewatchability's fairly high. I could definitely see myself rewatching this in a so bad it's good way. 9, budget. This had an $80 million budget. I really feel like if there were 0 problems pre, during, or post-production, that this movie could have been okay. 11, characters. The characters had potential. I thought they all had interesting backstories and a pretty good cast to portray them, but they were just mostly restricted to exposition dump scenes. And there was surprisingly not a scene where someone took a shit. 12, atmosphere. Atmosphere wasn't the worst. Sometimes it kind of felt like more of like an indie type superhero movie, like kind of think like Amazing Spider-Man 1, but it wasn't a great atmosphere either because it just felt kind of boring and bland and nothing really cool visually happening. 14, editing. Editing is a big piece of the pie for why this movie was so bad. The villain had unsynced ADR that was so bad, I literally thought it was someone else doing the voice for the character. I don't care enough to check if that's the case or not. 17, licensed music. Licensed music was great. 21, do friends enjoy? More so for this, I would say, have I seen positive reviews? Clearly not. Nobody is seeming to like this. Granted, I haven't looked for positive reviews. You may be wondering, Andrew, why were there numbers that were missing? I had not much to say on 5. Alright, I think that's all that I have to say about this movie, except I'm gonna lightning rank it with the rest of the Spider-Man movies since 2002's Spider-Man. Number 14, Madam Web. Number 13, Venom Let There Be Carnage. Number 12, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 11, Morbius. Number 10, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 9, Amazing Spider-Man. Number 8, Spider-Man 2. Number 7, Spider-Man 3. Number 6, Venom. Number 5, Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 4, Into the Spider-Verse. Number 3, Spider-Man. Number 2, Across the Spider-Verse. 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. So the reason that my thoughts were numbered is because I have 21 things, like I said, that I look for in a movie. I also will like add them together and then like divide by, it's a whole thing. When I do that, I get a 4.5 out of 10. I would give this more like a 3 out of 10. Comment below what you thought of Madam Web if you've seen it. Thanks for watching. Boom! Special scene at the end. Do you want a spoiler-free reason why Madam Web sucks? Madam Web is set in 2003. Dakota Johnson gets her and Adam Scott 12-ounce cans of Mountain Dew Code Red from a vending machine. This is what Mountain Dew Code Red looked like in 2003. This is what the movie used. And then a few scenes later, they got Pepsi correct. And there was like a Pepsi sign, so clearly they're sponsored. Clearly effort was put in and they still failed. I'm gonna tell you something. My username is DewLover420 because I love Mountain Dew. And I'm pissed at this movie.
It's called Madam Web. It is in the Marvel Universe, and it also stars Sydney Sweeney. So it's kind of like if AI generated your boyfriend's perfect movie.